$100 if you want to record this.
Put it on my tab.
uh, I will live
Good,
stream too.
good evening, YouTube world. I'm your host, Paul Italia. If you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Shout out to VitaCell Stem Cell Therapy. If you guys got any aches or pains, go check out the description. I'll have the link in there for VitaCell Stem Cell Therapy. Also, if you need some high quality arm wrestling handles, get over to gripzilla.com. Use the code Paul10, receive your 10% off. I'd like to introduce today's guest. This man is doing huge things for the arm wrestling community. He has just put an amazing round robin together called the Battle on the Ridge 2, which is the 198-pound North American Invitational. And boy, if you were one of these one of 12 athletes on this list, you have to be the top of the top in the 198 class. And the man that put this all together is Laray Jenkins. What's up, brother? How are you doing tonight, bro?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me on, bro. I watch your stuff and I really enjoy your stuff, so it's an honor to be on.
Hell yeah. And we got one of the star competitors, which what I'm hearing in the arm wrestling community is one of the favorites in this big 198 invitational, and that is Artem Taranenko. What's up, Artem? How are you, bro?
What happened, Paul Italia?
Chilling, man, chilling. So I'm hearing a lot of buzz out on the streets, man. You are one of the favorites in this big round robin. And how did you get this title, bro?
Man, well, I've been told, what are you doing out on the streets, Paul? I told you, be legal now. You don't have to be out there in the corners no more, Paul. You're straight, man. What are you doing on the streets, hearing all the buzz? The buzz.
Always got your ear to the streets, my man. Always got the ear to the streets.
I was free to just go for the joke. What was the question?
So how are you the favorite, man? I hear everybody saying it.
Insane, right? Like I don't know. Like I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's YouTube. Because like to think about it, like, dude, Laray used to beat me and make Facebook posts how like, yo, all you can see is fucking lightning, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden, like, yo, this guy is the favorite in 188 with Craig Touye, Eduardo, and Adam Brzezinski in it. Like, okay. So, I mean, it feels good. I ain't gonna lie. You know, it probably sucks to be like Roby Russell or some shit. But for me, like, life's good. Like, yo, man, you're gonna win it. How you gonna do against Bob Brown? What you gonna do with the money? I'm like, yo, already booked fuck trip to London. So planning to spend it all, bought the bag, coming Monday. Hey, good, you know what I mean? Money spent. So yeah, I mean it's a good feeling. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I agree with it, right? We'll find out on the 21st, but I'm feeling good. Having a good practice tomorrow where I'm gonna find out where I'm at, like exactly 2 weeks out. So shall be good.
Very exciting things, man. So I want to first talk to Laray over here, man. You're doing some great things with this sport. I've also seen some more of your round robins. I know you did 154, which I know you also competed in as well. So was that the first big main event that you did with these round robins?
Yeah, man. Me and one of my partners that's local, we just teamed up and we decided, man, let's just see what we can do that hasn't ever been done before. And so we tried it with the 54s, and it really just snowballed. All it took is a couple of the top guys to jump on board. Once they jumped on board, the other top guys jumped on board. Like, to me, if you get the elite, the other elite follow, man, because they want to pull each other. So, that popped off. It was nice, but to be honest, man, the 98 should be 2 times, 3 times better than that 54, man. It's insane.
How did it jump to the 198s? Because I know we skipped over the 176s. So was it just popular demand? Everybody wants to see that 198 class because it's so stacked.
Yeah, man. So really, I want to say the 98 guys, before the 54 thing even started, the 98 guys were like pretty much locked in. Like, they were hitting me up saying, hey, and if you got Adam and Roby and Bob and Craig all saying, hey, when's the 98? Man, I ain't turning that down. Let's go ahead and lock that thing in, man. So
hell yeah.
I would have liked to keep it in chronological order, but that's just the way it fell.
Yeah, and I'm happy with this, man. The 198, it is so stacked. I mean, there's so much buzz about it. All these guys are competing all over the place and all making big names for themselves. We got a Robbie Russell in the room, but we can't see him yet. So Robbie, if you could just get your screen going this way, we could see you on there. And I want to shout out to the chat. We got our usuals in there. We got Tall Paul. What's up, brother? Devin's Forum. Israel Chavez, my man from North Cal, has just been promoted. He is now part of the Arm Wrestling Buzz crew. He is one of the co-hosts. So definitely check out Israel. We also got who else we got? Zandir's in the house. What's up? He's saying, what up, Artem? How you doing? Yeah, guys. So yeah, what do you guys all think of this big 198 that Laray's put together? I kind of want to hear from you guys.
I have scary thoughts sometimes that Bob Brown gonna whack everybody.
Oh, wow. That definitely can happen, bro.
Because I feel like we're all like, oh yeah, Bob needs that endurance. I mean, like, not really, especially he needs to. The only problem he has is how much arrogant he is in his very first round. Because Eduardo is sticking by the pad and Bob is sticking by the pad. So there's no way they're beating each other. So I mean, is Bob, I know Eduardo probably gonna go balls to the walls. Is Bob gonna lay down or that's it? Because that can be the truth for them.
I think Bob said it on my show yesterday. He said that he's going to give the 10-second rule where if he thinks he could finish it within 10 seconds, he's going to go all in. If he does not, I think he's going to lay down. I think that would be the smart move, man.
He's the type of dude that already practiced 5 picks in a row to have exactly 110 seconds to make sure he's a niche match for those stand. Yo, hey, by the 89, man, it's getting there, man.
Yeah, he's going to be doing some Yoda moves, man, and figuring things out. Really excited about this. And Robbie, what's up, brother? How you doing, my man?
What's going on? What's going on, Phil?
Chilling, brother.
Robbie?
And, really excited to see you part of this event, man. And I'm just curious to see who do you see as the biggest threat in this big 198-pound round robin?
For me and my draw, this dipshit right here, I get at the very end. So it's not so much.
Dipshit. Let me ask you, why are you in the kids' room, man? Give the kids your chair back, dog.
If I go in the living room, you're not going to be able to hear me because I have a 6-year-old running around and screaming and yeah. So this is the designated room.
Okay.
So when do you two meet up? What round are you guys?
Last round.
The best one for me, dog. The best one.
The last round, huh?
Hey, hold on. This is not even bad. You want me to tell you a really bad story about Robbie one time? Really bad one. Like this last round shit ain't even close to it. The worst story Robbie ever had with me was Tennessee known for some round robin shit now that I realize. So they flew me out there to film a round robin years ago, right? And I forget what was it, 198 like of Tennessee type shit, right? It was right. And after that, they decided to host a tournament too. And Robbie went through hell in that round robin. He like beat the hell out of everybody too. Like it was a long day for him. Then he jumps in the tournament. And I do too, right? It's really like only like maybe 3 of us. And I obviously beat the fuck out of him, which is not even the highlight of what happened, right? I was not supposed to beat him at all, right? As soon as like I decide to pose with him, he actually beats me. So I'm like, fuck, I still need to finish it. That's not none of that. It's normal, right? It happens in the tournament.
You forgot the part where I had to ride to the airport.
The worst part was about that he had to drive me 2 hours back to the airport and to listen to me talk just absolute cat shit. Yo, man, thought you were stronger than that, man. That was a brutal experience. Other than that, that's 12th round. We'll figure it out.
What's your guys' record right now with each other?
Here lately, I haven't got a win on him in last year and a half.
4 outings. I've counted. I think since me and Robbie started pulling, left-handed, it was like a little bit back and forth in the beginning, and that was it. And then right-handed, I've never was close until that 2022 to whatever, like we all pulled Quinlan, right?
Yeah.
That like I think every time, like either Robbie happened to lay down or I'll beat him. So the last 3 times I think I was the winner, but that's like a beginning for me, right? Previous 11, he beat me at 11, right?
So Artem, what has changed?
I became fucking stronger, man. What type of question is that, Paul? I got taller at it. What's the point of to say?
Well, I'm trying to figure it all out. Is it the pancakes? Is it your training?
Oh, you sound like everybody in my text message. Yo, man, so the juice makes a difference. I'm like, dude.
Nah, his skill levels increased quite a bit.
How about 14 workouts I put in this week? Like they do this, like they do 3 week. I'm like, dude, that's Monday, Tuesday.
Hey, not only that, I feel like from my point of view, I see Artem competing like every other weekend.
Well, you know what? I mean, my whole arm wrestling, as of 2 years ago, like everything changed because I added specifics and I added side pressure workouts. So that's probably what haven't happened, right? And we talked about Paul all the time. You always want to ask him this shit. So it's out of 2 years, it's side pressure, and I've whatever, like I mean, I've started saying yes to every match possible. So that's why you see me. If you see me, I arm wrestle chance show matches, right? And I get offered the same things, right? I was thinking the other day, like I was offered Petrenko. I'm like, man, that's a little too crazy now. So like I am taking on the harder matches. So, and I never think so. Like the training part is training part. We can talk about side pressure and all that. That's definitely what changed. Added more specific stuff. So that's definitely what changed the training wise. As far as like just my perception of arm wrestling, everything is in blocks. And I never look like I don't care about October 21st as much as what happens after that. Because this big training block is gonna, it's gonna retire some people, maybe who can handle it mentally, or it's gonna elevate like this 5 other dudes that like just kind of took that camp super serious. Whatever happened as a result of it on the 21st, and whatever happens to them after the fact, right? I'm kind of, because that's been happening to me for the past like 2 years. I've been always doing like some, like 3 events blocks. I do one thing, second thing, third thing, rest, go higher. You know what I mean? So that's I'm never focused on just one thing. That's why by now I already have those like 4 matches settled. So and it's been working out because I do this camp for them ramping it up, and this could be a slowdown and whatever. So that season keeps me active, and my ability to always say yes, kind of like another Todd Hutchings approach, right? Like just because Todd was interesting. Todd, at the time when WL stopped, right, and that was like a big cool part of income for those WL guys. Todd managed to get paid about as much the following year, right? Just by saying yes to all the offers that he could. And like that's why you see me pulling like BLMs, Pavlos, and all of that. Because I'm like, well, I mean, I'll say yes.
And Tom, my co-host from the Arm Wrestling Buzz, you just locked in November 4th. You just can't say no, it seems like.
Well, I mean, with Tom, we explain what's Tom happening, and if Tom doesn't straighten himself out, I'll pull the plug on that too.
You can't do that, man. You shook his hand as a man, and you.
What? I'm scared of little Paul Italia's judgment for an hour each week. I don't give a fuck about that. Are you crazy? No,
bro, you would never hear the end of it, bro, because that would be fucked up. You go and tell somebody and get them to lock in and then cancel.
No, that's not how it works. We can explain it this time here in the next episode, but we can go down because there's going to be a long hour to where I have to explain you how much fun you are. That's going to be too crazy. You'll have to mute me and shit. Like this one we can keep about October 21st.
So, Robbie, what do we got to do for you to beat this guy over here, man? Like, what has changed with Artem that's giving you so much problems? Is it the side pressure he's talking about that he stepped up? Is it the speed? Like, what is the problem?
Yes, Artem is highly dedicated to getting better. He's not set on his ass like I have for the last year and a half, 2 years. What I feel the most problematic for me is his hand has gotten tremendously better. Not to mention his ability to go sideways really without his hand, which is a rare skill set. Most people can't do that. And he can, I guess, diagnose the ability to pull each individual person different. He knows the lane to go against me, and he don't stray from that. His speed, Artem's always been fast, but now that he is much stronger, it makes him a real problem for a lot of people. And he's smart. He don't just attack the same lane. He will go somewhere else if it doesn't work.
So what's the key for you now? Are you trying to go to strap because you're saying that his hand is really developed and all?
The biggest thing for me is not be so fucking slow.
Okay.
I'm like the slowest fucking person you've ever met in arm wrestling most of the time. Just because I think it has a lot to do with the way that I train. I train with a lot of smaller guys, so I'm never having to be offensive. I practice more defensively, so in turn, it's never trained me to be fast reactionary wise.
So you're doing static holds. You're holding. You're a lot more powerful than your training partners. So to get a good workout, you're
Laray
holding them center. Okay, so for you, you probably going to have to work on the explosive hits and all that, to get on that offensive. I could see that. I seen your recent match against Brandon Elsesor, and it seems like that was his answer to beat you, was using an explosion, and you weren't even ready, it looked like, for that.
Yeah, hit. Brandon's strong. Brandon's at a really high level right now. I was not expecting him to be as good, or I am not where I thought I would be. Somebody at his level, even like Artem, just being honest, I'm probably not where Artem is. It's going to take me 3, 4, 5 more months of good training to be what I would consider a good version of myself. I haven't put what time I do have from where I don't put it where it needs to be there. But I am better than I was 3 months ago. I can tell you that.
Are you a threat to win this round robin?
If it plays right with the way that I feel, if it plays itself right, Craig and Adam will dictate where I go in this. And depending on how I feel by the time I get to Jason, because I have Jason, Bob, and then Artem, depending on how it plays out in the first 6 rounds will dictate how I finish in the last 6. I think it's possible. I could see myself, best case scenario, probably coming out of this with 2 losses. Worst case,
okay,
I end up with 5 losses, which sucks. But, the draw matters a lot in this. I wouldn't consider myself necessarily an endurance puller because I'm usually stronger than just everybody in my lane. But I believe that with my training and where I've been going, I'm not necessarily going to be so slow. Everybody presumes that I'm just really slow and they don't expect me to be offensive, and that's not necessarily going to be the case.
Robbie, what's your style? Do you like to go inside? Or are you an outside puller?
Most of the time, most of my matches, yeah, that's what it usually looks like with Artem.
So you go outside, you're saying?
I'll go where I feel the match best dictates me to be able to win.
Okay, so with that being said, being a round robin and all, I would think that you would want to stay outside if you could, just as far as an endurance, perspective. I could see if you got into like a hook or something with like Craig or some drawn out war, I kind of could just blow you out for the rest of the tournament, could lead to a disaster. So is it ideal, like you're looking to keep it outside if you could?
Well, I can tell you this, there's going to be 3 or 4 matches that's not going to go into a hook with me. That's my plan. My hand feels all right, but I don't run into many people that can threaten my hand. And when I do, it shows its ugly face.
First of all, Paul, there's not that many people that can be like, oh shit, I can top roll now. Like, that doesn't work for half the people. Second, Robbie's hook is actually a little bit way better against Craig than attempting to top roll, as history has shown. So
I just don't see, going in with a plan of going into a hook in a few of these battles as being that smart of a move.
Well, it's not. But I mean, if you're the guy that usually goes inside, like, what are you going to change entire perspective? You still can adjust it, right? But it still have to be insider thing. But top roller will prevail, right? Just if you're the hooker, you have to just arrogantly bet that you're just better than everybody else, regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah. A top roll is going to be a more efficient way to attack a lot of people. But one thing that I was brought up and taught in this sport is you don't necessarily have to have many lanes if you're one lane you're really good at. I have one really good lane. I just have to get it there. And that is the problem that I run into when I start getting to the higher level guys that can take that away from me.
Yeah, I agree. Laray, I want to ask you this, brother. We got a nice contrast of pullers here. We got like half of them where they're aggressive and offensive moves. And then we got another half that's more defensive and looking to catch people and all. So what do you think is the key to winning this tournament, man?
I mean, it's hard, man. I think you got to kind of play it both sides. Like, endurance is going to play a role, especially with these bigger guys. If I want to look at the 54s, and that's completely different because we have more endurance, and we don't get gas as quick. But if I compare it to what happened in the 54s, honestly, the fast outside guys didn't really win as much and you would think that would be the other way around. But those strength guys that are in a hook that really can just catch and just go, they were the ones to win the matches. But as far as the 98, man, dude, these guys are so much closer than I think the 54s guys were. So I think the earlier rounds need to be quicker. And if you are to get in wars, then you need to try to limit that to somewhere between 5 and 8, man, it's so tough. There's some really good guys. And, I train with Roby. He's my teammate. And if I had to critique him, he just needs to be a little bit quicker, man. If he can engage a little bit quicker, he's a threat. He can win this thing,
Let me ask you this, Laray. I know you're the promoter, and it's kind of against the rules for you to say who you think is going to win. I'm going to put you on the spot, brother. Just give us 3 guys who you think are going to be that got the potential in your eyes of winning.
Outside of me, don't include me.
Well, I'll give you 4 because I really think it's going to come down to 4. And I think it's going to be in no specific order: Craig Tullier, Artem, Adam Wierzinski, and Roby. I really think those 4 will be the top guys. And I've seen Roby pull all 3. I've seen him get wins on all 3. But I haven't seen him lose to Craig because I think they pulled once. But I've also seen him lose to Artem, and I've seen him lose to Adam. So those matches to me are toss-ups. It's really just going to come down to how, hard Roby's training and how bad he wants it. But, yeah, those are my 4, man. And I think I can't really discredit Jason Merlo. I can't discredit
I
Eli.
was just about to say that, bro, is you mentioned Jason Merlo, man. I some reason, something just keeps telling me, man, that, like, watch out for him, man. He's a serious threat. And I know he's been wanting to get his name out there for years now. I know in the East Coast, everybody knows him, but he's not known across the country.
Yeah, literally, that's the easiest day for Jason, right? If, like, to fulfill his goals of getting his name, like, that's the spot, right?
He's got the most motivation. I honestly feel like he's got the most motivation to want to win this just to get his name out there. And he is on that level, has been on that level for years. So I definitely, I would throw him in the mix as being one of the favorites out there. And I was curious to ask, Roby, what's your thoughts on Jason Merlo, and what round do you have him, and how do you see that one going?
I have Jason 9th round.
Damn, you got some tough draw in the late rounds, bro.
I get top rollers at the beginning and top rollers at the end. I got hooks all in the middle. So
okay,
it's kind of, it looks good, but realistically, my draw can play shitty because if I'm tired and my hand's gone, I got to go through Jason. And if for some reason I catch Jason and I am managed to hold him, it's going to tire my hand. Artem and Bob's going to have a field day with me.
Now, have you gripped up with Jason before?
Left hand. I don't think that I ever did anything with him right hand because I double classed at Winter Blast, and I ended up laying down to Artem because my right arm was hurt.
Whoa. Can you explain the reason you double class since you're on that subject?
Why did I double class?
Yeah. Hold on, that's a stupid question. Why exactly? Let me be straight with you. Why am I doing this two questions? I'll be straight. Why exactly you decided to murder all those poor 188 guys when I told you, hey, all the cool dudes are into 20s, man.
You are correct.
Alone.
You are correct.
I'm always correct.
Sometimes.
The hell. Oh, so now I have to hear. So now I have to hear for this 2 years. Like, oh man, the competition idea was so tough.
It wasn't a bad laydown.
I had to lay down to you and don't pull Merlot.
No, I laid down to you not to take a loss, but I laid down to you. That way, for one, I wouldn't get myself hurt because my arm was hurting, and two, I thought you had the best shot of beating him.
I mean, I respect that. I thought so too, and it didn't work out.
Artem, who is the one guy, if you had to pick out of all these 11 guys you're going to be going against, who is like personally you just want to give him a ride to the pin, man? Like, it's like out of all the guys you dislike this guy the most, who is that?
Dislike?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't know. I mean,
people are going out of this now.
Since Dallas Langston is out, I can't say nobody really. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I love everybody, right? I mean, fuck Bob Brown because he's old and strong. I genuinely always hated old people that arm wrestle, right? But no, I love everybody. I think it's a kind of, I don't know. That's not a question for me. I think if you like who I really want to beat, I think it's obviously Craig, right? As far as the winning concerned. I think as far as like popularity contests, like I think Adam is the guy to beat, right? I feel like this European's gonna go fucking nuts. And as far as like my personal uncomfortability, we're going back to Merlot, right? Because I feel like I got him by now, right? I always have this heavy impression of beating, but usually years later, like people tell me like, yeah, bro, you got it. And usually that's the case. So I feel like nowadays the style and whatever, I'm probably over worrying it, but I kind of like to be concerned because I know things. So
well, I hear a lot of shit talking coming from that Jersey crew, man. Marcio was kind of pushing your buns the other day. I saw her on on Facebook.
I had to DM Marcio because do you want to go on the whole Jason Merlot subject for the United States of America?
What do you mean?
So we'll go down that route. So there's a problem with Jason Merlot, right? And the problem is Jason Merlot always have the same idea of like, I want to be this famous arm wrestler dude, right? For like odd reasons, right? Like, whatever it always been the same shit. My name used to be out there. My name used to be out there, right? And for years, Jersey camp, and good thing Jason has a good camp, right? So those dudes go, I mean, I don't have any friends that will go like this for me, right? Or not my people will. But his camp will always go out their way and try to set him something. But from my understanding too, and what the word in the street is too, Jason likes to be a little bit of a diva, right? That's why the stuff doesn't really get set up. Like, he's not a traveler dude.
Hold on. So let me just get this straight, Arm. So you're calling him a diva right now, Jason Merlot.
I'm not. That's the word in the street, and you can.
The word in the street is.
I can say that too. I mean, you can argue with me because Jason competes twice a year. Let's say 3 times a year, and one of them probably outside of his state, right? Twice. What am I?
So is he dodging?
I'm not saying anything that's negative.
Well, you are in a way, bro. You are in a way. You're only saying he competes 2-3 times a year. So I just want to get down to the bottom of this. So are you saying he's dodging these guys? Is that what's going on?
He's not dodging anybody. He wants to get his name out there, and he always has. However, he had never himself. He's not a hustler. And maybe it's not his life, like to where he's, whatever he does. Like, we all have jobs, right? Like, I have this opportunity. I'll go to Laray Jenkins' house fucking tomorrow and be back to West Palm Beach robbing your crib on Wednesday. I don't give a fuck. Like, that's what I can do. Jason Merlot probably have to go do fishing, whatever. That's all what we do. It just, what do you?
Okay, so now we're saying that Jason Merlot ain't a real dedicated arm wrestler. He's just a fisherman.
I mean,
and a diva. Bro, you
I'm not-
really digging yourself a hole right now, bro.
Hey,
Like,
hey,
I'm not saying. I'm just. Well, fuck. Is it a reality? Like, no. Like, that's not reality.
here's
That's
what I
I'm
think.
I'm just trying to break it all down here, bro. Because it seems like you
Yeah,
got a
but you're
certain kind of way to
breaking- you're
Jason Merlot
you're-
right now,
you're
bro.
breaking it down in an asshole way. I'm saying he is the guy. Like, you trying to make me look like an asshole while you are yourself one. Like, you better be careful, Paul. Paul,
What? I am just translating because you're babbling over here, so I'm trying to break it
okay,
down so we all know what you're talking about, bro. Like, come on, dude.
Because maybe the height difference may make it a little tougher to reach. So what I'm gonna tell you, Jason,
Bro, you better be quiet. You better be careful. You're gonna get muted soon, bro. So you might get
I
timed
know.
out.
You whenever you feel like it's here, I understand. It's all good. Jason's not here. You're not from New Jersey, dog. It's all good. So Jason is a great guy, great fisherman, and a great arm wrestler, right? He's a dedicated dude. He wants to get his name out there. He's not, if we will take and make a poll and look at what Jason been doing for the past 3 years, he's not really getting himself out there, right? You can say I'm being a dick for saying that, but you can look at Jason's profile and see what he came out and did, like, and compare it to Robbie Russell to me, compare it to top 5 dudes. The activity shows, right? And
So what is holding Jason back from getting out there? Because you're saying that he wants to get out there, but he's not actually getting out there. So what should he be doing different?
I don't know because I'm not his neighbor. From what I've heard, Jason does have problem with like flying hotels and all that. Like, I think it's not his like thing, right? You should understand. That's just from what I heard, right? Which whatever that means. There's a lot, like Luke King doesn't get on the plane, right? But that's probably fierce. I don't know what it is, but I heard it just that, right? So, and if that's it, whatever. If he drives everywhere, whatever, it does limit you to things. Like, I don't know what exactly limits him, but he's the guy, as I said, once again, he's just the guy like everybody else, right? He's your Robert Russell, he's your Laray Jenkins, like he's the guy that arm wrestles, right? However, the problem with Jason is he wants to think that his name should be out there. Like, it's for a lot of people, it's important to get, or they seem like it's important to get the name out there. So that's always have been his goal. And his team will always go hard on that. And a little too hard to where, like, if you know about like how it all should be orchestrated, it'll make you hate the guy if his boys be a little too aggressive and use is your boy is not really checking him. I appreciate your help, but I feel like this dude now gonna hate me and you. So, and that's been the case for Jason too. Like, a lot of his teams always were trying to set stuff up. They've been heavy on Paul Lynn years ago, right? Where until Paul beat Jason, now they really don't bother him. Jason beat me a year ago. Ever since then, I still skyrocketed, right? Like, everything went up for me. Jason didn't do anything for a year, technically. Like, again, you can be saying I'm a dickhead. You can see where Jason competed, right? Like, I became number one. Jason, that's it. He pulled me Winter Blast. Now, ever since then, Jason's camp is always on my ass because, like, they see me as an easier win. I got a better ranking than Jason had prior. So now, like, hey, we want to set it up. You owe us. Like, yeah, I don't owe anything. That's where I'm at. And that's where probably Jason is, right? Like, he thinks he's the guy that needs to get a name out there, which I don't feel like a lot of people really need. Like, if you're just an arm wrestler, you're an arm wrestler. You cherish the opportunity you have. You get invited to the thing where you can beat everybody you go, right? So, but because of this whole thing, me and Marcia got in it in the same time. Marcia tried to tried to do this, stir up this shit about me and Jason, like I have to do some cleanup. And I had to explain to Marcia, like, Marcia, it's not really, I didn't do any cleanups. I've came from 154. I was nobody there, was nobody 76. I happened to be from nobody to number 198. I don't own like cleaning up to anything or whatever. And I also don't own any super. So if you want to get me and Jason match set up, it's a promoter idea, right? Because I'm not interested anymore from ranking standpoint, right? Because like I've done that and I got beat. Like, dude, I'm also got beat in the match. Not like I'm gonna be any extra interested. So unless there's some like cash to be made by a promoter, or the perfect example of why people want to pull me, why people want to pull you, Paul Italia, right? Is because you become active, you become hot, and you're a good name, right? So if all of a sudden Jason comes in and beats everybody here, I'll pay to pull Jason. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, that's kind of how things normally work. So that's the drama behind Jason. It's not just with me. It's
So I think what's going on, bro, is I think we could break it down. We could break it down to is just who's out there making noise, bro. You know, you got your YouTube channel. You're out making noise. You dedicate your life. You're free to all just everything arm wrestling. You know, Jason's got a full-time job. He's a fisherman, and also, and not everybody's so savvy with getting themselves out there and promoting themselves. So I think what's going on is that, just hold on. I think that Jersey team, they see the talent and they just want to get that out there and let everybody else see what they see on a regular basis. So they're trying to help him out and get out there. But, you know, I see Jason as a very quiet and humble person, you know, where Artem, man, you love being in the spotlight, you like talking shit, you like getting out there. So, you know, you are doing a better job as far as promoting yourself. And Robbie Russell, he's definitely one of those guys. I'd love to see him more active on social media. I'd love to see him with a YouTube channel, man, because you know, I know you got the skills, bro. I've been watching you from the beginning when I first got into the sport. But you also are very you're quiet on social media, man. And I think if you did make a little noise,
so
I think you would be the guy, you know, definitely.
yes, so that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, let's not compare social media guys, people who don't have to try. Like, you can, I mean, I don't know what's the whole reasoning behind getting your name out there. Is that like because they, I don't know, you get like East versus West match? I don't know. Like, I feel like people don't really have the plan behind like being a social media dude, but like, you don't have to do that to make waste. You know, that's why you just need a little bit of a drive and some gas money. Like, you compare Jason and Robbie, right? Like, they're like, Robbie racked up a lot of wins, and he's just like, well, he's not just like me. He's better because he started also in the same weight and beat a lot of cooler dudes, right? Like, you know,
But just think about this, bro. If
all that
Robbie
shit.
started making, hold on, Arm, because you're going on forever. If Robbie just made a little more noise, man, with all those wins that he's got, bro, he would be blowing up everywhere. And I mean, every top organization would be hitting him up and trying to get him part of it, you know. So that's where I hope Robbie will, you know, get a little more active on social media. And if it's not your thing, maybe get somebody like Laray or somebody that likes to promote and let them run your YouTube channel, man.
I
Yeah,
got
man.
some really nice
You
wins.
know, no.
I got some shitty losses.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, you everybody gets losses, bro. That's where we learn and all that. But bro, you get tons of amazing wins, man. I've seen some of your battles. You're fun to watch. You know, you definitely should get yourself out there, bro. It would definitely benefit you, and the arm wrestling community would love it, bro. We'd love to see more of you, my man, for sure. Definitely. And guys like Jason Merlo, that's another one. I would love to see him more active. And if it's not his thing to be in the spotlight, get somebody over
But
there that could help him out.
Paul, I don't see, like, that's why I disagree though, because I don't feel like I've never gotten any opportunities, and because of my YouTube, as far as like getting matches, and like my YouTube been on there for like longer than probably anybody's out here, right? So my really super matches came after like the rankings change, right? To beating somebody. That's why I'm like, I don't feel like if you want to get matches out there, like necessarily being like going hard. It's important too, right? I'm obviously
I disagree
for
with you,
me.
bro. I'm an amateur and I'm getting left and right, bro. I get about 10 offers a day of super matches all over the place, man. And we're talking some big organizations as
Yeah,
well.
but
So
you also pull Italia, you know what I mean? You're a little bit more extra than anybody, you know what I mean? Plus you fucking
Artem,
you don't
you're on
mind
the same thing, brother. You
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 also don't mind
130 pounds coming in here soaking wet, smashing all these big dogs. You know,
yeah, but
that got your attention right away,
I
bro.
don't have a cowboy hat and I will mind
No,
pulling back hat, you know?
instead you went from 130 pounds to friggin' 200 and some pounds in a fucking year, bro. So
Yeah, but
you
Hey,
went a different way about
okay.
things.
I'll give you my perspective, man. I can see both sides. I can agree with Artem and I can agree with you, Paul, because I think social media does play a role. But I also seen Artem grind for 5, 6 years. You know, I mean, he told you I beat him. You know, and I'm not a top level guy. I beat him at 154. And if you would have told me that day that he would ascend to number one in 98, you know, I knew he was going to be good, but I would have been like, no, there's no way.
How long
So
ago,
like I
Laray, was that
see
you beat him in the 154s? Just
say that
curious.
again.
How long ago was that 154s that you beat him?
6-ish years, 6
8?
or 7 years ago.
Yeah, 20. Could have been
2015 or 16.
Yeah.
26
Yeah,
So like
Down
I've
in,
seen him. It was in Georgia.
that's not a long. If you consider that. I feel like everybody should realize once they start arm wrestling, they're in it for at least 10 years. That's something to like consider. Like, yeah, you can do a lot of things in like in a short time if you
Yeah.
don't fuck it up. If you fuck it up like me, it'll take you 10. But like you can do some damage.
I feel like, but I do agree with both of you guys. You know, I feel like, yes, Artem's social media role, sure. Does it play a part? Sure. What percentage? I don't know. But the fact that I see Artem pulling, you know, every other weekend and getting out, you know, you can go on his YouTube channel and he has a video where he started the climb to #1. And you were seeing him getting beat by guys, you know, and then by the end of the video, you were seeing him beat those guys that beat him. So sure, if sure, social media played, sure. But the grind plays a role too, man. And I got to credit Artem in that, man. He really grinded and he really chased it. And he got out training with different people and he got out traveling around. And yeah, I mean, everybody has different jobs and everybody has different careers, but you know, we're all different people in this arm wrestling community, man. But both of you guys are right.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's you got to have the full package, man. What I'm trying to say is you can't just be a great arm wrestler because we're seeing that, and that's kind of what we're talking about with Jason Merlo, you know, where he's saying he hasn't been able to get out there. I mean, the dude is unbelievable arm wrestler. He just beat that dude Nanostat, who's a world champion, and he made that look easy, bro. So it's like, you know, he just got to get out there a little more as far as social media. Just figure out whatever his lane is, or you know, just get somebody that understands that and wants to put in the time.
Actually, that's a good thing that you said. You need to figure out your lane too. Like that's because you don't. People
Everybody's got a different lane.
Because people like that's the problem in life, right? Problem in life that you compare yourself to somebody else. That the same thing is like it's very exactly as arm wrestling YouTube because it's so small. You always think, oh, I need to do this, like this. RVJ has its own thing and it grow ever because he gets a ranging motherfucker. That's all he does, right? So it grows. He doesn't do anything else anybody else does, right? So just be yourself if you do want to do something, right? And me and Jason Marlowe have this conversation like times 1,000. I'm like, dude, I didn't know if I can film you fucking going fishing. I don't know. Like, you don't have to. If you're not in the gym, show that you're not in the gym. That's cool. Like, you know, I mean, fucking feel people in. There's a lot of people that cannot go to the gym, right? That's a fucking following all of a sudden.
Everybody's got their own path to success, man. Just find your path and find your niche that makes you stick out. You know?
I have a good story about I guess social media. So social media doesn't get me matches at the thing. However, when I was at East versus West 5 and I was taking pictures, I was helping being like a photographer for the VIP guys. So I'm just taking pictures and probably the coolest moment of my life is when the VIP dudes were also asking me because it's like a line of athletes and VIP guests like aligning every time, and everything was done. They were asking me to take pictures with them because like they watch my YouTube channel. Shit. Oh, okay. All right, I'm cool too. Okay. I ain't got the match there, but like, yo, you're gonna get a match, man. Gonna take a picture. I'm like, hell yeah, man.
That was the same thing that happened at East versus West 4. I'm standing out there at the VIP and we're waiting to get the pictures, and all of a sudden Angabayev and his boy come up to me and they're like, can we take a picture? And I just looked at him and was like, Angabayev, you're asking me if you could take a picture. I should be asking you right now, bro. That was like the biggest honor to have Angabayev come up to me like that. That was a pretty cool thing, man.
Hey, that Kazakhstan dudes over there are sweet. I talked to a lot of his Magjan. He does like the sweetest dude ever.
Yeah, they definitely are.
Cool.
So I want to get back to this event, guys. I really want to get down to there's a couple of new guys that were added in there, and I kind of got to learn about these guys. And we know that Chad Silvers and Dallas Langston were originally part of the original 12, and they had to step out. I think it was due to injuries or whatever. And there's these two new guys that were put in, and I just don't know anything about them, and I need to learn. So Luis Flores and Casey Coley, I believe, are the names. So can anybody inform me where they're from and what their rankings are and all that?
I'll help us, Casey. I have no idea about Louis.
And that's got to scare you, right? Because, I mean, you don't know what to prepare for. You don't know. This guy's like a wild card now.
Nowadays, if I don't know your name. it's an easy day. You're the guy I need to go to get to the guy. You know what I mean?
If we don't know you by now, then
There's a problem there, right?
Oh,
I
fuck you, man.
guess. Fuck that guy. Nah, I'm just
I'm
playing,
just sorry,
guys.
Lewis. I'm just sorry. We love you, but yeah, Laray, wherever you can lose from.
Say that again.
Yeah, talk to us, Laray.
Yeah,
You can
where you
fill us in on
lose
these
from.
guys.
If you say
Oh,
in the same face, then we have issues, man.
yeah, no, I got you. As far as Luis, Bob Brown actually connected me with him. He suggested him. You know, we had a couple of guys that we were considering putting in that last spot. And to me, I wanted to make sure it was a worthy guy. I didn't want to put somebody in there that was going to go 0-11. You know, that isn't good for the event and not good for them. You know, if you come up here and go 0-11, you might want to quit, you know,
Yeah.
like,
Damn, Robbie, she got you like that, dog. She got you like that. Robbie.
Oh man, Robbie, you
I'll
better
nah,
give it to this
but-
dude, bro.
Partners,
Save
dog.
something for that last round and shut him up.
I'll lay
Please,
down the
bro.
first
He
one
is
just to get my one win on you.
What's crazy?
Robbie, I'm gonna be
Oh,
rooting for you that
oh,
last
man.
round, bro, just because of all this shit he's talking in here.
Come on, Laray, you can hit with a nice.
You better hope I'm beat up. That's all I can tell you. You
Yeah.
better
Oh,
hope.
what shit? I'm being nice. Did you hear what Laray said about his boy? They're trading partners, man. You're crazy.
no, but yeah, Bob suggested him. He said he's more than worthy. I guess he is like Texas's number one guy.
Okay.
I think he's originally from.
It's what's weight.
I really don't know, man.
He
Honestly,
looks like a big ass dude.
Every time I say like number one dude, like it's Delta, like no, that's Ronnie, and then I say it's Ronnie. No, that's Cody Haga. How it's
Well,
slow.
from what Bob told me, what is the guy's name? His last name's DeWoody. Do you know him?
Bill DeWoody, is it? Sounds.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I guess he's Texas's number one ranked guy, and Luis like smashed him. I think at 98 or maybe 210 or something like that. I'm not
I have
really
a
sure.
feeling it's going to be like 210 or something because I pretty much know the one.
Well, anyway, as soon as you said Bob Brown, that's where I feel like there's something sneaky about this shit.
Hey, Bob Brown's the man. Show respect with that.
Yeah. Bob
That's
Brown
my
told
coach,
me
bro.
he got some replacement. I didn't know. Like no.
But he went on. Luis was actually on Arm Fighter Media. They had a little podcast, and
Oh, nice.
that was the first time I ever really heard him talk or anything. And you know, he's a very humble guy. He's very pleased that he, you know, is able to go against these top guys, and he knows he's like an underdog coming in. But to me,
what's he saying? Is he confident? Does he think he's going to get a couple of wins?
They asked him, does he think he could win it? And I'm pretty sure he said no, but he does think that he's going to shock some guys because he's confident in the things that he can do.
Does he like set his level approximately who he thinks he's gonna beat? No.
He didn't name any names, but I want to say he said he would expect to win 6 to 7 matches.
And Artem's definitely one of them, bro. So he's coming for you,
If
bro.
you're saying you're being 6 to 7, I'm definitely one of them for sure.
Yeah, that's Bob Brown's boy, bro. He's coming to get your ass for real. Now
Well,
we got to
yeah.
find out. I got to
All
know
right.
about Casey
So-
Coley.
Casey used to be a supers guy, and I don't know where he's always been now though, but he's out of Alabama right now.
Alabama.
Still thing, right? So, and he used to be heavier dude because like he's known for his Micah Yellow. That's like if you mention Casey, that's like what everybody will say. And then at some point he came down, right? And then he had the super match with Adam at Pool of the Mountains.
Who won?
I think Adam won. That's like the first time, like maybe like, well, Adam and Robbie at this point have been going back and forth for quite some time. And that's like one of the first time I feel like Adam had a super match and like somebody as of me was there like to film it. And, you know, there's like, that's like what I feel like Adam's story kind of starts. So, and that's what Casey pulled. And that was technically, I mean, that was, I feel like at that time it was, you can hard to predict, right? Because I feel like, I don't know if Casey have pulled actively the weight before. I mean, the highlight of the day, fuck that match. I beat Casey and Chad Silvers the day left-handed.
Let me ask you this, Artem. Was Casey a force to be reckoned with in the supers?
That's what I'm saying. I feel like it was a little bit before. You know what? Well, I'm lying. You know what? You're right, Robbie. Like I did see Casey in Alabama State, and I feel like he was like up there with Jerome and stuff, right?
I
Probably.
pulled him at 98. I've went down and felt him. He's not a joke. If he comes in good shape, he might be a problem for a few guys.
I don't think he's
Like,
the guy nowadays to win as all, but he is that guy to rack up 5-6 wins.
he could be a top 6-7 guy. And I mean, he's going to make you work, every one of us. Like if he catches us, it's not exactly going to be a flash pin, so to speak, because he's got some power.
Robbie, who's your round one against?
Quinlan.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting. How do you see that going? Do you see that being you're gonna go quick flash them?
They pulled a couple years ago at my tournament.
Oh, okay. And how did that go? Robbie, you had to win that day?
Yeah, 3-0.
Okay. And I just got to see Quinlan go right hand at the Indiana East versus West qualifier. We had Quinlan Mendez versus Matt Craig. And
Quinlan's strong.
Yeah, no, he definitely
he's very smart and crafty, but
he's been pulling a long time.
Those little tricks and stuff he has only works on shitty refs.
Okay.
So,
well, did he beat Matt Craig?
No,
no, Matt Craig got the win that day, but Matt Craig was on a whole nother level, bro. He was beating a lot of people that we weren't expecting. He was definitely strong that day.
Nobody ever said that about Matt Craig, but sorry.
Oh, you won't take the match with him, bro. You keep coming up with all this excuses and telling him he's not justified. If it was that easy, just go take his money real quick, man.
Robbie said he'll take
it. That's what I'm. Robbie's confident. He knows the deal. He could take Matt for a ride. You keep fucking. Oh, you can't. You disrespecting me. I don't like how you talk to me. The tone of the voice.
Exactly.
You get all like sensitive and shit, bro.
I am sending you first of all. Plus, are you stupid? You know Matt's financial situation better than I am. I can't take this man's money. You have to pull it up.
But bro, every time he bring it up, it was like you were getting all sensitive, like you are with Tom.
Dude, it was
you don't like the tone of voice how he spoke to you about to pull it.
It was only we only set up match one time, and I had one rule: don't turn it into Greg Grace shit because I'm not dealing with Facebook drama. He lasted 24 hours, and that's
I don't know, bro. You're too sensitive with things, man. I just stopped talking to you when you started with that whole Tom thing. I just stopped answering because I don't want to go and ruin Tom's match. I wouldn't even get in there with you, bro.
Break it down with Tom. I mean, you're still not understanding the Tom.
I don't even care about that. I want to talk about October 21st. I'm just making a statement with the whole Matt Craig thing. That's why we got here. So, Artem, talk to me. Talk to me. Round one. Who do you have? Who do you have in round one in October 21st?
Who, me?
Yeah, the other Artem in the room. Artem Moore's off, bro.
I'm gonna hear if you're Robbie. I'm not fucking Tom, that's for sure. I don't what's his name? Craig Touye.
Craig.
Oh man, so that's gonna kind of be a good thing for you, bro, because I think Craig's gonna go real quick through you, so you're not gonna really, are you gonna try that one? Are you gonna lay down? Like what's the deal with that? Like I'm not joking. I'm not trying to clown you in any kind of way, bro. Like that's a tough.
I'm most likely gonna topple him sideways if he doesn't fall out, and we're gonna move on with our day.
Okay, so you think you're gonna flash through Craig real quick, round one, or?
I mean, it's gonna be like with moderate speed because Craig is a strong motherfucker. But yeah, it's either he's gonna flash me sideways with a little bit of a wrist curl and slight elbow foul, or I'm gonna probably just topple him. But at the middle case scenario, it goes straps. And I take his hand in the straps for sure, and then he gonna get in that ugly side pressure shit, and I might do the same shit. So we're both gonna try to break our arm and shit.
So can I ask you guys this? Is there gonna be any strategy of laying down any round against any opponent? Because I would. I say that now because I'm not in this. I think if I was in it, my ego would take over and I would just, be stupid and go to war and not want to lose. But is there any strategy where it makes sense to lay down against anybody? And I'm asking both of you guys this.
There's well, I mean, if you lay down, you play in retard. But there's the idea, what Bob Brown kind of said, like, I mean, the 10-second rule, there's got to be, I mean, I'll flash you before I lay down, right? And if it catches, I'm master of giving those 50% will look like 100 and then like preserving myself to get that extra for the future. So yeah, I mean, there's only one match that it might happen for me, which is with Eduardo, and that's it. Everything else pretty much should be smooth.
Wait, so let me understand. So with Eduardo, you're expecting a possible war. So what
Yeah,
would
he's the only
happen?
one that's really sticky that mine doesn't get past the flashpoint, right? The rest of the guys can either flash you back or something, right? So, but if it's him, it can get really, really sticky. So, like, you might as well get out of it.
Now,
Especially
is your key?
because it's the second round for me, right? I don't care about if it was something else, I'm not talking about me and Robert Russell because the last round 12, I fucking put my elbow in there and sit there for 2 hours if I want to at this point.
Let me ask you, Artem, with Eduardo, are you gonna allow it to go to the strap, or is it smart for you to just to go try flashing them without going to strap? Because strap with that man is scary. That could be a potential war.
That doesn't really matter in that case, but I feel like it's all gonna go. Everybody's smart enough to slip. The goal is probably to hold on for every single one of those, right? I mean, a lot of those dudes you want to hold on and get the perfect top roll, and if you can't, I mean, the strap's going to be inevitable if some of the dudes do try to run.
Have you gripped up with Eduardo? That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, we pulled left hand at the tournament and we practiced like once, I think.
The reason why I asked is just the size of the hand and everything. I would think, you try taking advantage of that right away and not go to the strap. But, like you said,
but
probably will.
when you're the guy like this, it's like arm wrestling Todd Hutchings. I mean, how easy to beat Todd without that strap. I mean, he knows that too. So he's not going to give it to you. I mean, he'll try once, then as back. If you have arm wrestle Tim Lewis, same thing. Like Tim will let you take the hand once, but then he's all of a sudden he's a back top rolling sleeping motherfucker. You know what I mean? So this shit changes. So it's not that it's easy as you think. Just grab.
I can remember when Luke Kent went against Eduardo Tete when we threw that in Oklahoma and everything, and I knew that Luke was trying, not to go to the strap. And
Well, Luke's hand is also a little bit different than anybody else too. Luke's hand.
Well, let me tell you this though, bro. Luke's hand is nuts, but yours is another level above Luke's, and that's 100%, bro. That Luke's
but Luke is like hand even driven, like as far as arm wrestling style goes, right? I do a bunch of little different shit, but Luke's hand is like it's like definitely a thing for sure.
Yeah, for real. Who's got the strongest hand, would you say, Robbie, in this whole class? Are you the guy?
It depends on what you define as strong, like grip strength, for a top roll. I mean
cupping, just like hand control, just taking the other person's hand.
Strength wise, probably Merlot, if I had to guess.
Wow. Okay.
Stylistically, I mean, yeah.
I've never gripped up with Merlot, so I have no idea what his hand was.
I mean, Artem's another one.
Like, I mean,
until I knew.
I would say Merlot, but not for the reason. I will say Adam, as far as the hand, like
Adam's cup.
It's yeah. With Jason, it's more like his build too. It's just a little bit more uncomfortable
because levers.
He's dunking on you, so it's harder to take it. But it is like I'm just saying I've ever seen it taken too, and there's better route to go inside. But Adam is more like he'll grab you low, and you might still run into this fucking fingers, and he'll just look at you like, oh, okay.
He has the largest hand in this.
Right. So, but yeah, it's him and Jason, but for two different reasons. Like Jason is strong and uncomfortable. Adam more like he'll let you grab a hold of the thing and see the knuckle, but it's not going to matter, I think, for a lot of people.
Can we name the defense guys? Who are the defenders? Who's going to be catching right there?
Eduardo.
We know Eduardo, Bob Brown,
Robbie
Russell.
What everybody thinks.
Okay, that's what I want to hear, man. So we got three of them. Who else would we put in there? Would we say
Laray, move your head a little bit. You have a thing in your background, man. Okay.
Defensively.
How about these new guys, Casey Coley and Luis Flores?
I feel like Eli is also a little. He kind of catches inside in the middle.
Okay. Yeah, but I think Eli, if you go back and you watch every match you can with Eli, his hook. I mean, I felt it. There's power there, but his best weapon's going outside. I mean, beats people much easier going outside versus inside. It becomes a war inside.
I mean, Craig's the same way. Craig has this unorthodox. I feel like sideway hits to where it goes either way too.
Yeah, he's kind of
So
punching.
is he going to be offensive that day, or do you see him being defensive, Craig? That being
Craig's always
No.
offensive. Craig's never
There's
defensive
no point to win this. There's no point in anybody trying to be defensive the whole time. It's just not going to.
unless you Bob Brown.
yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, what do you think with Bob Brown though? I mean, I only see him playing defense.
Well,
He don't have a choice.
he'll cash the. I mean, the problem with Bob, he's also fucking strong. His neck is bigger than his head right now. Like, what you gonna do with the guy? So, like, I feel like, I mean, he's the guy to will cash that loss to Jason Marlowe like 100%, right? I don't know if he can figure out Craig, right? He might, but yeah, he'll catch a loss to a Flash Pinner dude. But shit, he might be strong enough to catch everybody. Yeah.
What about
Hey,
Steve Logson? What do
That's
we
what I was
expect
going to
from-
ask.
Yeah, what do we expect out of Steve?
Going like
It's hard to say.
10-2.
Wait, say that again.
I said 10-2.
10-2. Okay, Robbie, what did you say?
The matches I see with Steven, I mean, I watched him pull John Therian in person. John said he was sick, all that. So if you take that into account, John wasn't at his best. But still, I know what John's hand feels like, and Steven took his hand at will. I mean, and made it look easy. So stylistically, Steven is pretty good. I don't think he has the ability to turn away from guys like Artem, me, Adam, Craig. Jason's hand's going to be more dominant. Bob's what? No, honestly, Bob and Steven pull similarly in the way that they want to operate. I don't think he's going to be able to last because one of us guys is going to tax his hand really bad. And that's my goal.
You think there's anybody on this list that has a potential of having a dominate day and just kind of owning everybody and making this look easy and shocking? Pointing at Artem.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, bro, you're gonna get this kid's head bigger than the fucking.
I've always
room.
been honest with him.
Yeah, but I don't think so. I feel like it's got to be.
Adam,
I'm scared.
it's three guys with the best odds.
Yeah, but I feel like it's Craig. Craig has always been the guy, right? Or
Yeah.
Adam. I feel like Craig and Adam are two dudes because
Yeah,
Adam.
that's your two.
Yeah,
big guys.
Adam have not been in the mix of all these guys, right? He been out there like getting first class VIP rights to East vs West and shit. So that puts you in a little bit different tax bracket. So
What
he
do
might
we-
come down and he's the
What
guy.
round are they going against each other? Craig and Adam. That one I want to see. Do we know Laray? Do we have that?
Yeah,
Oh,
let me
round
look
two.
that up.
Round two, bro.
Round two.
Holy shit, they're gonna be
wow.
fresh as hell. That is a match right there, guys. Round two, Craig Toulier
That's a good
versus
one.
Adam Warzinski. Who is Adam going against in round one? Just so we know what he's going to be dealing with. He is going against Jason Merlo in round one, and Craig is going against Artem.
Oh man, that's a
Ooh,
hot.
This
that's
is
a
pretty
hot-
even, bro. I like how this one is going to be.
That's
Round
hot,
two is going to be a
man.
good one.
That's hot, man. Hey, Larry, I forget where the money coming from? Are we supposed to pay some entry fees or some shit?
Just $100.
Oh man, shit.
200 for Artem, bro. Fuck that. 200.
I got
$100, man. We got
Come
a
on,
lot
man.
of
You
good-
see all the money, YouTube money this kid's making out there with Travis and all. $200, bro. Come
Yeah,
on.
come on, Artem sponsors.
You're the
the event.
YouTube star here, bro. Come on. All these guys are trying to get their name out here, and you're over there hogging all the spotlight and shit all over YouTube and shit. Unbelievable.
Hey, I will say I think Craig is the most explosive out of everybody. So, but he also has the strength level as everybody. So that plays a role to if he's able to go through people quick, that little bit of endurance he'll save each round might allow him to go through.
I mean, when you hear the community, bro, everybody's pretty much got him as the winner. You know, I
Well,
feel
Craig's
like
always been that guy.
he's the big favorite, I would say. That's what everybody I hear. I don't know. Do you guys hear different? Robbie, what are you hearing as far as who's going to win?
Craig's the guy. I mean, he's always carried his name carries a lot of weight. I mean, people knew who I was, but when I beat Craig, people really started to pay attention to me because if you beat Craig, you something. You don't just luck up on that.
Robbie, have you you ever win on Craig?
Yeah.
Oh man, when was that?
2019 or 2020 Alabama State.
Did it go into a hook?
Mm-hmm.
Tell really what happened, Robbie.
All right, so I show up there at Alabama State, didn't expect nobody. I was training for Adam, and Craig pops up. I'm like, oh, it's interesting. So Craig gets in the class with me. We go through it. We end up meeting up in the tournament. He fouls out. So we move on through the draw. He makes his way. I go undefeated through the whole class. He meets me in the finals. He ends up fouling out again. I said, nope. One of us is going to pin each other to win it. So I let him have a restart. I end up catching him in the middle, in the strap, and pinning.
Wow, bro, that's for real right there, man. Hell yeah. And you guys haven't seen each other since then, as far
as far as being on the table, no, we haven't.
Oh,
I've met with Craig several times. I talk with Craig regularly, but great dude. I mean, I can't say enough good things about Craig.
So how do you feel when you go against him? Like, are you feeling confident since you have that last win over him?
Well, I do have a little bit of history with him, so I kind of, in my mind, I know what he wants to achieve, and I also pulled with him on the side table at Monster Factory. For what it was worth, it doesn't really mean much, but what I did feel was an absolute monster. Like if what I felt is real, he smokes every one of us, and it's not close.
Ow. Holy shit. You got him in round 4, I believe, right? Is that?
Yeah.
Round 4.
But the competitor in me says that that's just me being nice and way too modest. I know I'm in that league. I know I am.
How
and it's just a matter of getting where I need to be.
How is your training going? Because I know you have a job that you're working some crazy hours and all.
I'm in the gym 4 to 5 times a week right now. I've been that way. Huh?
Late at night, right? Because I've seen like late night.
Yeah, well, I've been on night shift for the last month or whatever, but now I'm on days, so I usually go really early in the morning now. But
so yeah, you're hardcore, you're all in training. How many hours are you hitting a day, like during your trains? Is it like 1, 2 hours?
Some days, honestly, I'll go in, I'll knock my workouts out in 45 minutes. Other ones, I try and stay in the gym and span everything out and get a really good pump for probably somewhere close to 2 hours.
Are you doing arm wrestling Pacific, or you're doing?
Yes.
Okay.
I've tried to incorporate a few things I've seen. I've seen a few things that Artem's done or whatever, trying to see how that makes me feel as far as my workouts. But for the most part, I've went back to when I do train hard, I'm doing what I feel like got me to where I was. But I've focused a lot more on my hand itself. Like, I don't want it to be a liability. My hand's strong, but my wrist is more. I've injured my wrist before. And once it starts flaring up, I'm not the same.
Okay. So you want to try staying out of the strap when you come in and just use that hand if possible.
Yeah.
Artem, I want to ask you the same question, bro, because I know you're 100% all arm wrestling these days. So how many times a day are you working out?
About 2 to 3.
And how long are the intervals?
Well, in between the workouts?
Yeah, no, I'm saying like how long are the workouts? 45 minutes, hour?
45 to an hour, yeah.
Yeah. And do you see that making a huge difference from when you were just, having a job and, just training once a day and all? Have that made you level up like tremendously?
Yeah, I've learned it even with having a job. Like, I've learned it very early on, talking to all the like legends and all the elite guys and girls, like all those like top guys. I forget what year, but it was early on, talking to all these guys. Everybody arm wrestles or does something every day for the most part, right? Like all those like top level dudes. Now people like Levon in his prime worked out 6 hours a day, right? There's like a system to it, right? But it's a lot of stuff. So I learned that was kind of separated a lot of people. If you're a regular guy, it's just all the, everyday workouts for once. And another thing too, what separates top dude and a regular dude is you're willing to be consistent. Like I've heard a bunch of stories of people going to like breakups, some fight, whatever, devastating shit happening to their life, and all those elite dudes, their training, the training never changes, right? Like fucking house can be on fire, the baby just died, whatever. Training is at 6 o'clock, so like that's kind of what separates that. So I learned that, and yeah. So with that being said, I'm all about cheating my time, right? Usually I can do 3 workouts a week, and if all of a sudden I can pack six, and all of a sudden it's like 12 or 14, that's 3 weeks worth of workout or programming for regular guys. So like, yeah, it's out of help, right?
It's major, bro. The last year, I've dedicated all to arm wrestling. So it went from doing, 2-3 workouts a day where, was priority was bodybuilding, and then I would just supplement with arm wrestling. Now I'm doing 2 to 3 workouts a day, and it's all just arm wrestling. And in the last year, I just seen the progress, just skyrocket like insane, bro. So yeah, it definitely gives us an advantage, just putting in that extra work. But the thing that you also have to learn along with that, which, I know you are very highly knowledgeable with, is the recovery, because you start doing that 2-3 times a day and you don't know the proper way to recovery, could actually work against you, and you never
For
really
sure, for
fully
sure.
healed up. So
For sure, you need to balance it out here, especially being an arm wrestler, right? Because we like to, if there's opportunity, I'll be on the table every day, right? And I'll feel fine, but I'm gonna have to tell myself like, I feel fine for this magical vital cell biologic reason. I need to slow down. So, like, the body still takes the toll. So like, yeah. So yeah, it is important to have a balance.
that's why today I'm doing 3 different podcasts on here, because it's keeping me out of the gym, because I got a mega practice at my place tomorrow, and I shouldn't be working out. So today's all podcasts to keep me busy and not going in the gym. But Robbie, when you hear Artem saying stuff like that he's training 2-3 times a day and getting all these workouts in, does that make you nervous, bro, at all? Because you got a full-time job and you're trying to squeeze in workouts when you can.
It doesn't make me nervous. It actually makes me proud to see um, guys that I consider myself close with, whatever, to know where they came from to where they are now. It's actually motivational to me because it makes me want to invest in myself even more than I do. Because if he continues this, then he's going to pass me up in a place that it'll take me too long to catch him.
And just to say that you could hang with them and not train like that, it says a lot. And, again, bro, I encourage you, man, get out there on social media, get that YouTube going, because that will give you another income stream and will allow you to free up some more time and, just do what you love and really get prepared for arm wrestling. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming on tonight, guys. Really, really excited about this. Laray, really thanking you, bro. Gonna get behind you, support you with this. October 21st is gonna be an amazing event. Also, if you want to get some more of the athletes on, just let me know. We'll get them on in the next couple of days. Also, any social media platforms that we could shout out right now? Robbie, was there anywhere you'd like to have people go over and check you out or get in contact with you?
You kind of put me on the spot on that one.
Okay.
No, not right off the top of my head, I don't.
Gotcha. Well,
Check out
we'll get
Robbie's wife TikTok. She posts funny TikToks every day, and she makes money. So go support.
Hell yeah. And Laray,
There
man,
you
help
go,
your
Artem.
man out, bro. Help out Robbie. Get a joint YouTube channel going, bro. Let's
So
get
did
these
you
dudes
hear what
out there.
Laray said about Robert earlier about him and no had no chance? They're not even friends, man.
Damn.
And
No,
Artem,
Roby's too nice, man. Artem could come up and smack him in the face, man, and I'd wonder Roby would probably pat him on the back.
I wouldn't
man.
do that. I wouldn't do that.
No,
Artem,
no, Robert will smack me back and apologize. Man, I really thought about it and I figured I deserved it, man. I'm sorry.
No,
What the
you
fuck?
smack me, you won't get an apology.
Artem, shout out your social media platforms, and also wanted to shout out November 4th. We got a big event. Me, Travis, Artem, we're coming together. in Virginia at Harvest Gap Brewery. We set up an amazing event. We got all the weight classes there. Travis is telling everybody he's the greatest again, that he's got the top left, and he's putting that challenge out there to everybody. If you think you could win the overalls, come challenge him. And the winner of the overalls is going to either walk away to $1,000 cash, or they could win a VitaCell stem cell therapy of $5,000 treatment, man. So it is worth your while. Corey West, if you're listening, Austin Jaggers, Derek Smith, if you guys think you got something, a chance, sure, if you could come and stop Travis and come show up that day, man, and test your arm out for sure.
A
And
great
Artem,
opportunity, and we're gonna have good prizes too. Like last time, we gonna mention like we had those fucking 3 foot tall trophies and shit with marble on them. So we're gonna have cool stuff too. So
and that's for the amateur class. They're going to be putting those out, and they got some really good hoodies they're going to be putting out for the winners of the classes, and really cool. And then Artem, tell about your big super match that day, bro. This one is going to be a good one, man.
Well, if it still continues on and it's all gonna be good, me and Tom are arm wrestling left-handed that day, right?
Yep. So Todd Stubbeline, he's the co-host of the Arm Wrestling Buzz. Dude is a monster, man. He says he's natty, but he's been blowing up like every month you see him. Soon he'll be up to Levon size. Just put it like that, guys.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, him and Artem are gonna show down on the left hand, and that's gonna be a good one. Can't wait for that as well. And Artem, where can people check you out? I know your YouTube channel is buzzing. I know Travis Bajan on Filtered channel. Where else you at, bro?
I would like to get some love in 3 places, probably, right? And my YouTube channel, Top Rooking. Oh no, just my name, Artem Taranenko. Number 2 probably will be Travis Bajent, Unfiltered YouTube channel. And number 3, if everybody can
The Bears.
The Bears, and if ever you can go to Facebook and type in Devon No Limits Lariat business page, it has 79,000 likes. If you guys can like this one, it's also mine and Devon. So
Hell yeah.
it will help out. It'll help out a lot, and I'll just keep looking that beautiful. So
And now the man of the hour, Laray Jenkins. Where can people get in touch with you? And again, bro, I just want to thank you for all these round robins, man. It's very original. I'm loving it. It was a great idea. Keep them going. Can't wait to see that 176 next. But where can people get in touch with you, brother?
Man, just Facebook. Look me up, Laray Jenkins. I got TikTok. The same thing. Beast Mode Arm Wrestling on Facebook. That's our promotion page. Mine and my buddy Chris. That's it about it. I got a YouTube channel, Lightning Laray Jenkins.
What?
Go subscribe. What's up, bro?
Lightning.
Oh yeah, buddy. Oh, and you mentioned the 76, man. It's gonna be huge too. You got like Sam Harris, Cole Casper, Austin Tevis, Dusty Hyatt, Corey Miller. I mean, it's going to be crazy. So, yeah, man, this is just the beginning. We'll have more, bigger and better every time.
I love it, man. Hell yeah. And then one more shout out. I got my big super match coming up December 9th in Phoenix, Arizona under Greg Brown Productions. I'll be pulling Ryan Grondin, a.k.a. Twinkie Boy. My man Tom, also the co-host of Arm Wrestling Buzz. He'll be pulling Freddie Sanchez, and there's a bunch of other matches on there. So definitely check that out. It'll be on Greg Brown Productions, December 9th. Thank you again, guys, for coming on. Laray, again, you have an open invitation. If you want to get any of the other athletes, you guys are always welcome. We'll get them on in the next couple of days. And I wish everybody the best of luck. Robbie, thank you for coming on my channel. This was like a big thing to have you on, bro. I'd also love to do interview, maybe just one-on-one whenever you get some free time, maybe after this big round robin. I know you're focused right now, but I would love to get you on. And thank you everybody in the chat for tuning in, guys. You guys are the best. And yeah, everybody stay strong and good luck on October 21st.
Awesome.
Let's see the gun show, everyone. Yeah.
Too small.